are you?
Morning, Andrew. I'm good. How are you today?
I'm all right now. I was going to say happy Monday. Happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday. How was your bank holiday weekend? All right?
Good, yeah. I had my fill of chocolate. Still
Mm,
have some left, so I'm gonna
yeah.
try and keep that now for the next while. Got out. Do you know what? It wasn't really a crazy weekend by any means. I got out and cut the grass and hung out clothes and did a bit of weeding.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
Showbiz. That's showbiz.
I painted my picnic table, picnic
Go
bench.
away,
Yeah.
Jesus.
So that was actually a big job done in my house. What else? I painted a little bit of a fence that needed to be painted.
Nice.
I didn't paint all the rest of the fence that needs to be painted, but we get round to that some other time, July or
Yeah.
August.
If I'm being completely honest with you, though, Lane, and I'm sure you probably the same with the painting. Just because I know it's going to be raining today and it's going to be quite cold, the fact that I got the grass cut and it was able to kind of dry out a bit over the weekend, it gave me such pleasure,
I know, I know. It's
such
the small
joy in
things.
my life.
The Easter eggs went down well, though. Yeah.
They did, yeah. So I ended up kind of doing a bit of a panic buy on Friday, and I ended up buying like 2 sets of those, 3 for a $5 jobs, the smaller ones.
Yeah, can I ask you where? Because there was no Easter eggs.
Yes. Oh, sorry. This was Thursday. I did this. Sorry, because Friday I
Uh,
went in. Yeah, Friday I went looking for more, and
yeah,
I could find none. All I could find was cream egg ones for some reason. They were plenty of them. Those ones there.
yeah.
But
I went Friday and there was zero eggs to be found. Zero until
yeah.
eventually I found one Malteser's egg.
Well, I was just gonna say the
Oh,
only
I
ones I found in some of the bigger supermarkets. You know those. Is it Lily O'Brien ones?
oh, it's
The
kind of
kind of
expensive.
fancy looking. Yeah, kind of
Yeah,
expensive ones. Yeah, I saw like 3 of those on a shelf. But other than that, all of the regular ones that let's call them, if you can call them that, they were all gone. So yeah.
well, there was some kind of shortage because some of the supermarkets had to come out, I think, over the weekend and kind of say, yeah, sorry about that. So I don't know. I must read into that and see what happened more. Maybe it's in some of the papers. Yeah, there it is in the Irish Mirror yesterday. Irish shoppers left raging as supermarkets run out of Easter eggs, and Tesco and Lidl have given an explanation. Lidl say they reported a 99% increase across its entire egg range compared to this time last year. And Tesco said there was a sharp rise in the number of people stocking up on eggs compared to last year as well. So it appears we just bought more eggs this year. That was the problem. Pretty
Looks like
simple.
it. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I can
So
understand
that's
why.
that's in the merge today. Now, weather-wise today, what are we looking at for today, Andrew?
Cold, snow, ice. That's pretty much
Gosh,
all you need
what?
to know. Yeah, car was frozen this morning as I was getting into the car. It's bitter out there this morning. We were expecting some snow in places, wintry showers in parts this morning. It will clear again in the afternoon, and we will see sunshine. But just bear in mind, we could have a couple of wet patches today. Temperatures of around no higher than 5 to 7 degrees in places. And yeah, it's going to be pretty cold for the rest of the week, but it'll be mixed. Sometimes it'll be dry and sunny, sometimes it'll be wet, but we're going to go see, and the next few days certainly a lot different to what it was last Thursday and Friday.
Glad I got that picnic bench painted.
Big time.
Yeah. Okay, some of the big stories that we're waking to today. I've got the Irish Sun this morning, Andrew. You're going to love the headline: "Booby Trapped." One of
I saw this, yeah.
one of the two women who refused to enter mandatory hotel quarantine after flying back from Dubai has now, it's believed, to have tested for COVID-19, tested positive for COVID. Sources confirmed a number of Gardaí were last night self-isolating as a precaution. They were considered to be close contacts of the Dublin woman. So these two women, 125, 130, flew back in from Dubai last week and refused to go into hotel quarantine. Pair lose quarantine bid now is the headline, and they are now, as the Sun says, booby trapped. 30,000 get jab in a day is another headline on the front page of the Irish Sun today. At least 30,000 people in Ireland were given the COVID jab just on Good Friday, and that's the highest single number so far in one day it has emerged. So that's also on the front page of the Sun today.
The Examiner's front page there has a picture of jockey Ricky Doyle celebrating winning the Irish Grand National yesterday with Freewheelin' Dylan, who came in at 150 to 1. If you had a
Amazing.
tenner on that, you'd have been happy out there yesterday. Yeah, so He won that. A lovely photograph there on the front page. Teacher unions to mull vaccine strikes. Anger over change to the priority list, and pay disparity was also on the agenda, as the students could face disruption before the summer if teachers choose to strike over the government's decision to bump them down the vaccine priority list. All the teachers unions are having their annual conferences starting today, so I'm sure we'll hear more about this as the day goes on. And Taoiseach says fully vaccinated to get more freedom. Additional freedoms will be granted to people once they have been fully vaccinated, according to Leo Varadkar in a lengthy video which he posted on his social media accounts. He confirmed that the government was developing a digital green certificate vaccine pass. Is that a fancy way of saying vaccine passport?
Yes.
Yeah, that's in the Examiner anyway there this morning.
Also in the Irish Times today, right, this one about the teachers now is going to really, I think, annoy a lot of people. But teachers, some of them are now threatening to strike, Andrew, which isn't going to go down too well, you can imagine, with parents in particular and students. Imagine students in exam years and all the rest. But yeah, it's looking likely that while they say secondary school teachers are saying they're reluctant to disrupt the leaving cert in any way, the national teachers, the INTO, one of their unions, pushing for potential industrial action in May or June. I just can't believe that there could be more strikes on the way. But anyway, the reason for this is that teachers are very, very angry after being downgraded in the rollout of the vaccine. So teachers push to be moved up the COVID-19 vaccine queue faces resistance, says the Irish Times today. And also in the Times, a lot about Easter and people's reactions to Easter over the weekend and what people got up to within their 5K. And also a lot of talk, Andrew, about a potential border poll as well. There's a good article in the Irish Times today, excuse me. People in Northern Ireland have moved on, even if the politics have not. So tensions within Northern Ireland politics increasingly taught, but politics and people don't always correlate, is an interesting story in the Irish Times today. And then in the sports section of the Times this Tuesday morning, Leinster's success makes second best hurt all the more for Munster. I heard some of Munster's game over the weekend, Andrew, but ending in huge disappointment with a loss to Toulouse at Thomond Park over the weekend. They've exited another Champions Cup now at this stage. So a lot of talk about that as well inside the papers, particularly with Jerry Thornley in the Irish Times this morning.
The Independent says contact tracing to expose super spreader events such as parties and funerals. Enhanced contact tracing will aid in the uncovering of secret super spreader events such as family parties and other social gatherings. The new regime of tracing cases back 7 days is finding missing links, explaining why infection numbers are not falling faster. That's according to the Independent this morning. And the government moves to resolve damaging public row over quarantining. Efforts to resolve a very public government rift over the moves to add Germany, France, Italy and the US to the COVID-19 mandatory hotel quarantine list have been complicated by a spike in COVID cases across the EU. That's another story in today's Irish Independent as well.
Now, in the top trends that we're waking to this Tuesday morning, things that people are chatting about the most online and on Twitter in particular today. Okay, so things like Iarnród Enda, a new show on RTE last night, presented by former Taoiseach Enda Kenny. What the hell? What's it about?
Did you see that? No? Yeah, so it's Oscar Elga, and it's basically Enda Kenny on RT1 last night. I think he visits various railways and greenways. I watched some of him on the Late Late Show Friday night, and I couldn't get over the fact that he is an absolute doppelganger for Adrian Dunbar, which was weird because the Late Late Show interviewed Enda Kenny, took an ad break and then interviewed Adrian Dunbar, and a load of people on Twitter were like, why is Enda Kenny on again? It was weird because they're like twins. But anyway, yeah, so I think that's the premise of the show. He visits various, they're either old railways that are now greenways or current railways. I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, there's a lot of, as you can imagine, when it's a former Taoiseach, a lot of positive reaction, a lot of negative reaction. Yeah. That was on last night. So yeah, Iarnród Enda, aka the lad from Line of Duty.
You met him, Andrew, did you?
I met him here, Enda? Yeah.
I always say to people, I don't care about your politics. This isn't a political statement whatsoever. He's extremely charming.
Yeah.
I did not expect that at all. I mean, I'm sure he's lovely and everything, but I didn't think he was very charming. I was like, well, okay, hang on a second.
Like I met him at the top of the stairs here. He was coming in to do an interview with Jerry, so we had just come off air, and of course I walked past, and I suppose, again, regardless of your politics, he's the Taoiseach of the country, and I suppose the best way to address him is, an Taoiseach or whatever. And I went, how's in that? I didn't know. How's in that? And he kind of goes, oh, how are things, young man? How are you getting? And he shook my hand here, and he was just loved the program there. I caught the very end of it, blah blah blah. I'm sure a lot of it was bullshit, filling my my ego, but charming is certainly the right word for him, and that's irregardless of your political bias, because he certainly is that, to be fair.
Yeah, and it was kind of a bit unexpected on my part, but I didn't see that. But a lot of people are chatting about it. Now, West Ham are trending as well, Andrew. A great result for West Ham. 3-2 win over Wolves yesterday. They're back up to 4th, so some good news for them.
Easter Monday is trending as well, obviously, because yesterday being the bank holiday Monday. And yesterday was First Contact Day. I'm a Star Trek fan, I didn't know this, but April 5th every year is celebrated as the date in Star Trek when they first come into contact with the Vulcans. So it'll take place in 2063, just after World War III. Okay, so keep that in your diary there, April 5th, 2063.
Yeah, okay, cool.
That's also trending this morning. Come here, just before we go, I also read an amazing stat about the Killers and Mr. Brightside from the UK chart. It's now, after spending a record-breaking 5 whole years in the UK chart as of this week.
What?
It's never not being in the top, the top 100 maybe, or the top 80 or something like that. I checked the Irish one, and it is gone from the top 100 in Ireland, but 5 years straight it's been in the chart in the UK. Isn't that not unbelievable?
We played today?
I think we might, yeah. Why not? It's Tuesday.
Oh, right, let's do that. Listen, we've got a busy show as always. We're live in just about a minute, so I hope you can join us on Radio Kerry for that. You can leave a comment here. You can get in touch with us by text or WhatsApp when we get going in just about a minute's time.
Have a good day today. Good luck.